So Luke, that's you and me. We've had rather a week of it, haven't we?
We certainly have, and there's a clue in the picture as to why we're a little bit discombobulated.
Not to mention Wabbit.
Not to mention Wabbit.
So hopefully you can tell where that is. It's in the European Parliament against the background of all the European logos and everything. So we always take our picture when we're in the European Parliament, don't we?
And we always take it in front of that thing. Although last year when we took it, I obviously didn't lean back against it because I thought it was a wall, and it turns out it's a curtain. So nearly destroying the European Parliament scenery, which wouldn't have been a good look.
And anyway, I'll just take that down. And then you'll be able to see us a bit better. So anyway, there's lots coming out about that trip. There's a little bit on our TikTok and Instagram accounts if you go and have a look. But we'll be coming out with more shortly. Well, that's what we're about to do, isn't it? Tell people what we're up to in July.
What's on July?
Yeah.
So, and funnily enough, it's not exactly what we thought would be on in July when we did the What's on June. But there you go. That's the way it goes. So. July. So as ever, video premieres are Tuesday, audio podcast comes out on the Friday. So the first one is Stuart Donald, who I think we mentioned in the last What's On that we were hoping to have him. We did have him in the studio. We had a really good chat. He's always just blows our mind with the kind of connections he makes with data.
Just fantastic. And I mean, it's so relevant just now because, I mean, again, he's bringing together two issues that we've already talked about: inequalities, the way that's really kind of grown over the past couple of decades, and how that links to voting systems. But of course, you look at the situation in Britain. Well, I mean, it's mainly England, but Britain. Do we need a new voting system before the next general election? Mr. Starmer's just resigned. Andy Burnham looks like he's going to be crowned without any opposition. Will he do something about changing to PR? Now, that's not what the podcast about. But if you want to understand why it's important to think through that whole link with voting systems, then listen to the podcast.
Yeah, and in fact it does touch on that a little bit, but the podcast is called Lifting the Lid on the Pressure Cooker of British Politics, because that is the name of the paper that Stuart's written. So that will be the first one of July. Second week in fact on the Saturday, the 4th, we are planning on being in Prestwick for one of the Believe in Scotland Day of Action events. Now, we've covered a few of them in the past. They're always really good fun. It's lovely to meet people. There's usually stalls. He promised us cake, I think, this time. And what was the other thing? There's some event which we don't know the detail of, but it's going to be a bit of a spectacle, apparently. So
yes, there's a media event, but we don't know when. Well, Gordon wouldn't tell us what, which is fair enough. That's completely fair enough. But he's going to have to tell us when. Anyway, we'll be there the whole day, and then there'll be a podcast from that.
It'll be a video extra, I would think.
If you're there and you see us, come over and say hello. Yes. We always really enjoy when people come and talk to us.
Yes, please do. Tuesday the 7th will be, I'm hoping, it's looking good, the premiere of what we're calling the vlog, the video story of our trip to Brussels. We did one last year. It was really good fun to do, to pull together all the different clips, and it's had a lot of views, so people seem to have liked it. So we're going to do the same again, obviously different clips. Yeah, and it's looking as if we will. It takes a long time. It's like sewing a patchwork quilt, putting all the different clips together. But it is coming together quite nicely, so I think we'll be fine for that. So that should be the 7th. We're not sure we don't have a title for it yet, do we?
No, not yet.
But Brussels vlog is the shorthand. The following week, we're going to do a sort of spin-off podcast from the Brussels trip. I say spin-off as if it's a sort of side thing, but actually it was one of the main conversations, the most important conversations we had in Brussels. And this is with the Austrian MEP, Thomas Waits, who you might remember was one of the people we met last year. He was very, very supportive of Scotland rejoining the EU, very open to have conversations, and he gave us an hour of his time, which is phenomenally generous.
Which is really good, really generous of him.
And in particular, Philippa Whitford, who was there on the trip with us, and he covered so many different important topics between them over the course of the conversation. There are a few other people chipping in here and there, but really it was the two of them having a really good old chinwag. Some very interesting, interesting stuff covered. So we thought, rather than cram it, we've done a little taster for it in the video log, but we're going to devote a whole episode to it because it merits it. And we'll have it broken up by topics, and then that'll be the week of the 14th.
Yes, and when I was just remembering when when that finished, that came to an end, and Thomas had gone off, and you and I had got our stuff collected, all the gear, and I walked out, and I thought, this is the Irish corridor. I know that we were in a room where we could record, and it was private, but then there was offices outside in the corridor. I thought, these people are all from Ireland, and ones I saw happened to be Sinn Féin. I'm sure there's other MEPs from Ireland. And then round the corner there was a whole load of information about the Irish Constitution, and there was a sort of pennant thing up on the wall, and I was quite moved by it, because a bit of me goes, maybe there'll be a Scottish corridor then, at some point. That's what we want.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, and they had the Irish Declaration of Independence, which is really interesting. Then the following week, which will be the 21st, we have got a discussion with a group called Our Power. Now, Marlene, you tell the viewers what that's about.
I came across one of their posts on, I can't remember if it was TikTok or Instagram, but it was there, and it just looked interesting. It was obviously different groups, all concerned and working away and trying to come up with, a kind of way forward for dealing with energy in Scotland. And I think it's a bit broader than that. It's probably also housing and insulation and stuff, but a lot of it is to do with energy. And so you wouldn't call it lobbying, but it's different groups of people who've come together, cooperating, and just making known, really good information about the situation in Scotland with energy and what we might do going forward. So I contacted them and said, really like what you're doing. I'll be on your website. Do you fancy coming on the podcast? And very quickly they got back and said, yeah, that would be great. So I'm looking forward to finding out more about them.
Definitely, it sounds fascinating.
Yeah, I just like that idea of where it's different individual groups, local groups, and people with specific ideas, and they've come together and they're working together. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's a little bit of an unknown apart from what I've just said, but it should be good.
And that also gives us a little bit of a break from focusing on the EU stuff, because then the following week, which will be the last week in July, we are going to revisit the main event which took place at Brussels on our day there, which was a panel discussion with speakers representing each of the nations of the UK. And it was a very interesting discussion. Didn't agree with everything everybody said necessarily. Well, one person anyway. But it was live streamed on the day, so it's on Independence Live's YouTube channel. We'll put the link to the live stream in the notes to this. And if you want to watch the whole thing, it's nearly 2 hours. If you want to watch the whole thing, knock yourselves out. You'll really enjoy it. If you would rather just have our edited highlights and hear our discussion about it, then that's what we're planning on doing for the 28th. So take your pick, or do both.
Take your pick, or do both, but we're going to, if you don't much fancy, a whole 2 hours, then we'll do the hard work for you, and we'll shorten it a bit, and we'll let you know what's in it, and in sections, and you can maybe choose what particular you're interested in. But there was a Irish MEP, for Sinn Féin MEP, Lynn Boylan. There was Jill Evans, who is a former Welsh MEP. Philippa, of course, a former SNP MP. The fourth member was Anthony Barnett, who founded Open Democracy. So it's just very interesting listening to his take as well from an Englishman's point of view.
Yes, it was interesting, and I mean, we will have a bit of a chat about our responses to some of the clips that we pick, as we often do, our clip and chat format. Trademark. And that, I think, just about wraps up July. No doubt there will be other things. It may not happen in that order. Sometimes things happen and it changes. And it's going to be, I think, another busy, hectic summer for us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anyway, that's great. Stay watching, stay listening, share it around as much as you can, because that's really, really helpful. And yeah, we're on Instagram and we're on TikTok, and of course we're on Facebook as well.
Yeah. We'll see you later.
See you later.
Our message to the EU. You've been keeping a light on for Scotland. You need us. No Scotland, no party.
Thanks for listening, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to make sure you're following us and subscribe to us, then you get notified every time we put something new out, so you don't miss anything. That would be great. Also, you can click the little bell if you're watching on YouTube.
And sign up for our mailing list. You can do that from the website, and we always send one out at the beginning of each month to tell you what's happening. Last but not least, you can buy us a coffee on coffee.com.